Hello everyone. In this video, going to share my thoughts on Avatar: The Last Airbender series season 1 that was released on 22nd February 2024 on Netflix streaming service. Avatar: The Last Airbender is an American action adventure fantasy television series available on Netflix. It is a live action adaptation of the animated series that was telecasted between 2005 and 2008 on Nickelodeon, developed by Albert Kim. Cast includes Gordon Cormack, Kia Ventio, Ian Osley, Dallas Liu, and many others. My pronunciation is not that great. Please forgive me for any mispronunciations. The views shared are only personal opinion, does not intend to hurt anyone's sentiment. Recommend discretion. The story was set in a fantasy world torn in war where certain people can bend people who are capable of manipulating one of the four natural elements: fire, water, earth, and air. A young boy who is the only surviving airbender, the avatar, the only one who can control all four elements, sets out to master all elements with his companion in order to bring peace to the world. First of all, I felt the movie made with the same name was very underwhelming. While I felt the old anime series was little better, it was not one of my favorites. I barely remember the anime series, but do have a good idea on how the story goes. Okay, coming to the new live action adaptation Netflix series. If you don't know much about the plot, no worries. They literally revealed half of the season's plot in the first half an hour. Don't know the intention behind the revelations, but it makes the season very predictable. The writing was not engaging enough. Lots of world building and character building portions were shortened, only making it difficult to connect with me. Every major character supposed to have an arc, but the series miserably fails to do that. While at times it does showcase the world beautifully, I can't stop thinking that it could have been better given the budget and the scale of this series. The storytelling was not gripping, and the characters didn't connect with me for the most part. Seems like they took some creative liberties, but those didn't create the supposed impact and left a tiresome experience. The dialogues certainly could have been better. I can't pinpoint what was missing in the performances. While there were not any spectacular performances, it wasn't extremely bad either, but they all ultimately failed to connect. Maybe this is more to do with flat storytelling and narrative style and less to do with the performances. Some of the visual effects were brilliant. At times, it does show the beauty of the world with a pleasant viewing experience. There were some color schemes that at times felt odd. The composition of colors on fight scenes, especially on the climax scene, felt too much. I still feel this imaginary world can be shown more beautifully. The visuals didn't meet the actual potential it had. The score was underwhelming. Some of the entry scenes, conflicts, and action sequences had a great scope for extraordinary BGM. Unfortunately, the music failed to deliver. At times, the cuts were jarring, revealing most of the plot on the first episode wasn't a good choice. The non-linear jumps at times didn't sit well into the present times. Felt the transition wasn't that smooth. The visual effects were good to the most part and speaks volumes of the production design. The set pieces, artwork, and costumes were a hit and a miss. They had a very good reference with the anime, but didn't do justice to the world. I was expecting for a wow action sequence, the Fire Nation's attack on Air Nomad's scene, but it was highly disappointing. In general, the action choreography was below par. Given the budget and the scale of this project, the production design could have been better. There were some elevated moments. Whenever Aang connects with his past life avatar and the following fight scenes, some scenes between Aang and the Fire Nation Prince Zuko, then with the Zuko and his uncle, and the CGI driven action scene in the last episode. Having said that, there were plenty of missed opportunities where they could have elevated the scenes. Even the climax scene, which was decent thanks to the CGI works, with a better action choreography, could have reached another level. If I was solely looking for good visuals and fantasy world, this might be a decent watch. For me, more than anything, it needs to be engaging and entertaining. I look for storytelling, narration, and other technical aspects more which were not up to the mark on this series. I'm all okay with the changing the characters and the character arc in adaptations, but it has to deliver a better experience, which this one didn't. I'm supposed to be a free spirited, and this series never tried to explore that. Maybe with some fun moments and holding some suspense for later revelation could have made this one better. Whether the last Airbender season 1 was not engaging enough. Overall, it didn't work for me. Thanks for your time.